Welcome everyone. Adam the Woo here as a recording of this. It is January 3rd, 2022. It's going to take me a little while to get used to saying 22 and not 21. And I am in Macon, Georgia. See the sign right behind there. And I am joined by two local residents to the area, Josh and Caleb, who also have YouTube channels. And you guys are wearing appropriate t-shirts. Josh the movie collector. What kind of stuff do you do on your channel?
Movie pickups, theme parks, stuff like that.
All right, and Caleb, a day with Caleb.
With Caleb. I do thrifting videos, park videos, kind of history stuff.
I like it. And they are going to show me around. They are driving around. I have parked my car at the hotel that I am staying at on the outskirts of town. And I have some things on some lists that I want to see, and you guys have a few ideas.
We had a few things.
So we're just going to have a mishmash of things around Macon, Georgia. You guys left your piping hot caffeinated beverages in your car.
I did, yeah. Gotta go get it.
Fail. I'm inviting you to join me, and Josh and Caleb. Shall you?
Okay.
Nailed it. And this is going to be very music-based, a lot of music history here in Macon, but there will be, I'll pepper in some other things too. You know, it's just going to be, I don't really know what's going to happen, but it's going to be fun. As a logging truck goes by the archway here at Gateway Park, a little bit of trash buildup. Looking for the Otis Redding statue, which I thought would be right here. There's some names inscribed along the brickwork. Almost looks as if it could have been right here. Was this where the Otis Redding statue could have been? And a lot of flooding has taken place. Got quite a bit of rain in this area recently. And this little walkout here, it's all flooded. Any ideas? Any clue where this Otis Redding statue is?
It could have floated away, I guess.
I know it's got to be around here somewhere. All right, I found a photo. It was, in fact, in that area where the brick is all torn up. You can see a little sidewalk down below there, and right over there is where the flooding has taken place, where the Otis Redding is gone. Where the heck? We're doing a little Columbo-like research skills now.
They're doing a renovation for this whole area.
They're doing a renovation?
Yeah.
Any info about where it's been moved to?
It's supposed to take 8 weeks.
So strike one. Well, shoot. You know what? He may have gone to Frisco to sit by the dock on the bay. That makes sense, because he left his home in Georgia. He was from Georgia here. That's where he went. Dang, I really wanted to see that. Okay, Josh just found an article online that said he's going to be removed and placed under lock and key until, how long is the renovation going to go for?
8 weeks.
8 weeks.
So 6 more weeks.
So you have to do a follow-up on this. This is your guys' homework assignment.
Okay.
You got it?
We'll be right back.
I have a microphone, a golden, well, not a golden, but a very illuminated microphone here in the middle. As well as got these lips that are singing. And across the way there is the Macon Coliseum, where a lot of historical music acts performed over the years. Got some music notes up here as well. Singing in the microphone. And a saxophone. Okay, gotta go over the bridge and go show the little Coliseum. Is it still called the Coliseum?
Yes. Macon
Macon Coliseum.
Coliseum.
Elvis performed there. A few times back in the day. Very cool and crisp out today. Got a puddle accumulating there. underneath the bridge. Just want to show this mural up here. Elvis was here in 72, 75, 76, 77 as well. A number of times. Very retro looking, at least on this side. Approaching the ticket center, no events today, obviously. It's called the Centroplex now. It used to be a hockey team. Did you guys ever see the hockey team that played here?
Yeah. Macon Whoopee, and it was...
Macon Whoopee was the name of the hockey team.
You can go a lot of places with that. And it used to be Macon Music as well.
Macon Music and Macon Whoopee. And there's a baseball team here called Macon Bacon.
Macon Bacon, yep.
You ever been to a baseball game here?
A few, yeah.
Nice.
We're not great, but it's a fun experience.
Now, I'm certainly not the marketing director for the former team here, but I would imagine they had a shirt that said, "I love Macon Whoopee." They had to have had that.
I can imagine. I wish I had that shirt.
Maybe you can find it out there somewhere, a thrift store. Maybe at one of your thrift store hauls. You can find an "I love Macon Whoopee" t-shirt. Also, a lot of wrestling took place here. Hulk Hogan was here, Sting was here, WWF, now called WWE. You guys went to a couple matches here.
Almost.
You almost did.
It got canceled.
Okay.
But we were big WCW fans.
So you like WCW over WWE?
Yeah, Sting, yeah, Wolfpack, NWO.
Nice.
Lex Luger, yeah.
Pretty cool looking building. Can't get in. Also, fun fact, they had an event here, a wrestling event called the Main Event 5 back in '91, where they announced, Hulk Hogan announced that he was going to go against Slaughter in WrestleMania 7. But WrestleMania 7 didn't take place here, they just announced it here. Kind of reminds me of that one episode of Married with Children, The Man Who Once Met Andy Griffith. He wasn't Andy Griffith, but he met Andy Griffith. So it's kind of a 6 degrees of separation of Kevin Bacon.
There you go, that's the time.
That was a long stretch for a bad joke. Peeking in the window, and even though it says it's now called the Centroplex, down on the bottom they have a banner up there. It says 50th anniversary of the Macon Coliseum. Elvis was here, but Elvis has left the building. And looking at a couple photos from June of '77, this would have been just 2 months that he performed in the Macon Coliseum before his passing. Right there, there's the king of rock and roll getting off that little ledge, going down. That was the outfit he wore that day. Elvis and Macon. He might have been making whoopee too later that evening. Made it downtown now to the Otis Redding King of Soul Museum, celebrating 80 legendary years. Gonna stop inside here. You can see how nice and crisp and cool it is. It's about 40 degrees outside. You can see the little kind of condensation there on the window. All right, going in. Check this little place out here at 339 is the address.
Cotton Avenue.
Cotton Avenue. Corner of 2nd and Cotton. I did show a few things on the entrance to the lobby on the way in, but was told they do not allow photographs and no filming. But the gentleman inside was nice enough to give me a little map of some of the other local areas kind of around within walking distance of where I'm at that relates to Otis. So we're going to walk from here at 339 Cotton Avenue, and I ended up getting a couple stickers as well. The Otis Redding Foundation. Let's see if I can kind of show what's in here. Yeah, I got 2 of those. And the museum's free. So just bought a couple things. Pretty cool though, we're checking out. Now looking at the Macon Auditorium, And the gentleman at the museum was saying that not only did Otis perform here earlier in his life, but this is also where after his passing, everyone gathered to pay their respects, including James Brown was in there. Now it is rumored that, you know, some say, I think maybe even James Brown mentioned in jest that he was either born or from Macon, but he wasn't. I was talking to the guy at the museum about that. But James Brown was in there paying his respects to Otis. This is a very impressive looking structure, this building. Not to be confused with the other, what was the name of the other place we were just at? The Centroplex. Not to be confused with the Centroplex. The Macon Auditorium. And on the top of this, you can't really see it from ground level, it's like a big sphere, like a big... On top of this, you can't really see it from ground level though. With some church bells off in the distance here on these cross streets next to the Walton building. Just down the way, a block that way, is the old Capricorn studio offices. Not the studio, but the offices where Otis and others kind of had their office. There's a mural in the corner of this H&H restaurant, which is closed today as a recording of this. It's Monday. And there's a lot of stuff around town that is closed, but I'll go check out that mural. And it looks as if they're completing the mural on the far side there. And it goes without saying, for those in this area, the Allman brothers, very popular as well. I'm gonna go to a couple of their spots as well. See them over here on the side. Yeah, I heard they have really good soul food here. However, not today. I'm seeing a formulation of a guitar there. Alright, go check out the offices. Building still exists. Now the studios have been refurbished recently. They were abandoned for a long time, but Historical Society fixed up the studios, which are, you have to drive over to those areas. Right here next to these law offices is this building, where was just used for the offices. Many notable names and a lot of music history took place right here inside of these very walls. And right on the side, wow, look at this. Still shows where it says Capricorn Records right here on the side of the wall. You can still kind of see the faint wording along the side. Capricorn Records, any idea what the lettering below it says? Phil Walden and Associates. Phil Walden and Associates. Train horn going by. I wasn't allowed to film inside the museum, but they did have some photographs of Otis and others inside this very building. I like the train going by, it kind of adds to the ambiance. I'll show a photograph I found online of what this building looked like back when it had the lettering still on the side before they pulled it down. As shown here, Capricorn Records offices. You're gonna go by, gonna go drive over to where the studio was or used to be. The birthplace of Southern rock, some say, for the Allman brothers. And from here you can kind of see the top of the dome there on the auditorium. You can see it better from up on the hill here.
Beginning to forget where we were and what we are about as a nation. Calls this event and the celebration of Martin Luther King's birthday to be something that will remind us of the high goals and morals that our nation stands for. Help us to be reminded of what our Constitution has within it, that it is a document that gives us the freedom that he fought for all mankind.
They are celebrating the birth of Martin Luther King, who is until the 15th, but the lady that's talking is saying that it needs to be a lead-up celebration of sorts. I did look up and he was born on the 15th, and as the recording of this, it is the 3rd, but they're starting it now and trying to keep it mindful in people's minds, and they're filming it and they're streaming this live, they were saying. Definitely cleaned up quite a bit from the photos that I was looking at online of when this was abandoned. Capricorn Records. Right here, the studio. Inside here as well. Pretty much the birthplace of the Allman brothers, and named after, you know, given the astrological sign of Capricorn, for those that started the shared astrological sign. And the buildings down at the end are very recent, kind of been added on, but the original structure is right here. So this is all original. And as stated, a lot of music aficionados call this the birthplace of Southern rock. Marshall Tucker Band also recorded in here. No longer Capricorn Studios, but they do have like a little, like a museum set up. What does that say?
The company that managed Leonard Skinner, home to Alan Walden's company.
That managed Leonard Skinner. Historic Macon Music Registry. Now owned by the Mercer Company. Mercer University. Music at Capricorn. Yeah, if these walls could talk. I don't believe this is open now, too. The museum's not open today either. We didn't pick the best day on a Monday. That's the way the cookie crumbles. We're covering a lot of ground though, so kind of works out. Still got a few more spots to show. It just gives me a reason to come back to Macon at some point. Just to show what it looked like before the renovations. I believe about 5 or 6 years ago they did this, give or take. This is from the far end down there. Yeah, they really cleaned this place up. Glad it was saved. A nice little mural over there as well. Just next door, the building next door. And behind them is the Capricorn astrology sign. Yeah, nicely done. Made it over to the Pleasant Hill area of Macon. This is the home where Little Richard grew up and lived until he became successful with his first hit, Tutti Frutti. And the way it's looking, next door were probably other houses that have been torn down, but this was saved for obvious reasons. And keeping up with the theming of this Monday, are they open?
No, they are not.
They're not open, right?
Closed.
I'm sensing a theme, gentlemen. But they are usually open. Hours of operation. I walk up on Little Richard's porch.
Tuesday through Saturday.
So if it was tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not tomorrow. Noticing a lot of stuff around town on the weekdays. This is more of a weekend town.
Yes, very much so.
They say everyone's working for the weekend.
That's Macon.
So pretty dang cool. Very humble abode. Oh, they have built something around the back there. Part of the museum around the back, so they've extended the home. The Little Richard House Resource Center. There's a piano there and a painting and a photograph of Little Richard on the back. And directly across from this rather large park here in this development. With a lot of homes that are saved, you know, kind of similar to Elvis's home in Tupelo, where he was born. And all those houses near Elvis's, a little Elvis tie-in because he performed here in Macon. Other ones in the neighborhood are torn down, but just like Little Richard's, still stands here for all to see. Still has some of the Christmas decor lights up as well. Are you guys taking me to the Psycho House?
We are.
What the? Okay, just keep going. I don't want to see Norman or Mrs. Mrs. Bates. Keep on driving. And naturally, that was not used in the film. It just kind of resembled it. Across from Ansley Court is Bernd Park, B-E-R-N-D Park. Hadn't planned on stopping at this, but we're driving by. And notice it looked very unique, some unique sculptures here in this park. This is very close to the Big House, which is the nickname where the Allman brothers lived, which does not open until Thursday, so keeping up with the theme, I'm gonna have to come back. I think that would be its own full video for sure. This is almost like looking through a window to the world. This car wash was used in a movie. What was the name of the movie? Need for Speed. This car wash, little filming location. Need for Speed. Never saw that one. And now approaching the Big House. It was nicknamed, I should say, and it has the wording up top. And the road goes on forever. The gates are closed. We're walking up this little staircase here, leading up to the fence line. You could see the home where they lived from 1970 to 1973, at least a side view of it. And years later, there, you know, at that time, those that remain were evicted in '73. But years later, the owner at that time, we're going to turn this into a bed and breakfast. That never happened because the renovations would have been very extensive. Then in 2009, preservation of the Allman Brothers history took place, and it reopened. It says over there, underneath that little awning, Allman Brothers Band Museum, the Big House. Kind of see it there. What I was reading, the largest collection of memorabilia from the group itself. Oop, I almost stumbled down. Can you see anything around this side? Okay, yeah, here's the main. I was thinking maybe it was around the back side, but this is the main area where you see all the photographs. So you can see it from street view, even though technically it's closed today. And looking up the operating hours, won't be open till Thursday. I'd definitely like to go back by here. This could be its own episode for sure. The Big House. Yeah, you could just walk right up there. How many years have you guys lived in this area?
In Georgia all our life, but Macon maybe 18 years.
18 years. Have you ever been in the Big House?
No.
Never.
Never been.
Well, if I ever come back through, if it's on a day this is open, we'll have to go in. I won't be here until Thursday, but for future endeavors, future trips, we'll make a trip to the Big House. Inside the Big House. Also on the historic Macon Music Registry, the Big House, home to the Allman Brothers Band, families, roadies, and friends from 70 to 73. The Big House. It was built in 1900. And the band was here till 73, and then in 93, Kirk and Kirsten West made the Big House their home with the dream of preserving it. And then in 2009, the museum opened. And all their, quote, dreams came true. Why do you think that's in quotations?
Because they were dreaming.
Any idea why that would be in quotations?
It's a song, right? Song lyric.
I don't know the answer.
I thought you knew.
No, I don't know. I'm asking you.
It's a test.
That's a test?
Is it trademark? I want to say it's a song lyric.
You're going to say it's a song lyric?
Yeah.
I'm going to go with that. I like that. Okay, it was looked up. You were right. It is a song called Dreams. That one slipped past my radar. A lot of the songs were written inside, or at least composed inside this very home. Say in the living room, Ramblin' Man, or no, Blue Sky was written in the living room, and in the kitchen, Ramblin' Man. So we have the kitchen to thank for Ramblin' Man. It's pretty dang cool. You can kind of peek in. You see anything through there?
The stairway, there's a few records to the left there. Oh, is that instruments to the right here?
Yeah, I just want to know where the kitchen is. I want to know where Ramblin' Man was written. Okay, that's a comeback one day. One day. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Little mushroom there. All right. It's kind of nice to be able to see the front of the facade here, the front of the very impressive home. First pulled up, I realized the gate was locked up here, or at least not locked, but the fencing was closed to the driveway. I didn't think I was going to be able to get a peek at the front. Got a little parking lot around the back for those who are visiting on the days that it is open. Not today, however. The Big House. It's also interesting to note that the restaurant, I showed the mural a little bit earlier in downtown, the H&H spot, they would eat there. They would go from the Big House home and they would eat there because they would either get free food or discounted food from those who were there at the restaurant because they couldn't afford a meal, not realizing that they would be very successful in their career. And that kind of stuff fascinates me. With the cityscape down the hill a ways, Rose Hill is where I'm standing now, and through this very beautiful archway to the final resting place. You said maybe we should just park and walk.
Not really safe.
Definitely better to just park the car and walk through here instead of, would not have been wise. Just follow the path. We're not the first who have walked this little area. There's Butch Trucks. Greg Allman. And then over here in the corner is Dwayne and Raymond Oakley. Well, they really wanted this shielded pretty well to have this rather large fence erected here. $1971 was Dwayne. And then Raymond, 72. That's before I was born. I was born in 74. Alright, I'm now being driven back to my accommodations on the outskirts of Macon. And Josh and Caleb gave me a couple of their stickers for their channels, as shown here. I will be back to hopefully some of the places that we visited once they're open. But check out Josh the Movie Collector and A Day with Caleb. You guys are taking me back to my hotel, right? Promise?
Yeah, it's open.
Wait a minute. This is not where I'm staying. Where have you brought me? Where have you brought me? Am I in a garage?
You are.
What's up here?
Secrets.
Is this where you all film your videos?
Some will hangout spot, kind of a meditation area.
You're supposed to take me. What is all this?
Movies.
What the heck? These are all your movies?
Yeah, this is just one spot too.
Just a little bit of it.
And then there's comics back here.
You know what I think you really need? It's a few more editions of VHS of Buzz Light.
Maybe one
Maybe
more.
just a few more? Okay, I'm now stepping into... Wow. So this is your collection.
Yeah.
You guys really like the clamshells.
This is all Disney right here.
This is all the Disney stuff. You have like these little plastic drawers full of stuff. So you review all these?
Yeah.
Wow. How many total do you have?
Over 7,000.
How many total do you have?
15.
So 7 and 15. So together you have 22,000 titles. And now I'm stepping into the other room. I guess I have to ask, what's your favorite movie?
Ooh. Well, I would say there's top 5 because I don't have a favorite movie. Clue the movie, Twister, Spider-Man Homecoming, The Mummy, Mummy Returns. I guess that would be my top 5.
All right. Are you thinking of what your top 5 are? Go for it.
Star Wars, Clue, Ghost of Mr. Chicken, Rear Window, and The Burbs.
Okay. That's like a... It's like an alleyway.
Little alcove.
A little alcove. There you go. A little alcove. of films. You even have room to like slumber in here.
Movie is life.
And that's going to do it for today. Now you're taking me back to my hotel now, right?
Maybe. Maybe. You might stay here forever. Could watch Back to the Future.
That works. I'll see you in the next video. The vlog is over.